and Texas. The Sun Devils taking on the Longhorns, who keep the 11 the exact same from a 1-0 win on the road at ACC Pittsburgh last weekend, Adrian.
Yeah, they're going to rock with the same lineup, and why not? It got the result done, and they're going to be looking, we already know, for a big game out of Amalia Villarreal. But look out for their keeper, number 0, Bayless Flynn, former Montana Grizzly, 2024 Big Sky goalie of the year. And she has 2 clean sheets to start out the season. Nothing better you want out of your goalkeeper.
Should get Caroline Swan back as well from USU 17 national team duty, led by Marguerite Bates, her first season on the 40 acres. An opportunity for her to flip the script for Texas after a 4-win season in 2025. She won a national championship as the head coach with UCLA in 2022, where she faced Graham Winkworth a couple of times, the head coach of Arizona State, who leads this ASU squad.
And it's a squad that has some familiar faces. You have Blundell up top. You have Marces. You have Miki Hayashi coming off of a season that had a little bit of injury worries. But Kennedy Zorn in goal, the sophomore transferring in from Michigan State, a homecoming from her. She's from Peoria, Arizona.
It's 2 changes for ASU as Amy Medley gets her first start. Miki Hayashi gets her first start since Texas of last year. The Texas road game, a 1-1 draw between these two. Graham Winkworth begins his 10th season in charge at Arizona State.
And he loves it here in the Valley. He says that his family loves it, his kids love it. The only difference between then and now is that his kids don't play with him as much as he would like. Feel for him on that, but he loves it here at Arizona State. And if he can keep producing, they're going to love him even more.
It's good to have college athletics back on campus in Tempe. These two teams, they spend 8 months of their year preparing for games like this, a non-conference power conference clash. Arizona State and Texas. 5th time they've met. 3 draws, 1 win for the Horns back in 2007 in Tempe. As we are underway with Sun Devil Soccer, fresh off its highest scoring opening match since 2023, and a Texas team claiming 2 clean sheets from 2 after none a year ago. 2 sides that look very different from what they did in 2025 with 15 newcomers across the board for both these teams. Texas with a ton of transfers, Arizona State with a host of incoming freshmen, looking to continue unbeaten starts to their 2026 with a beautiful night on this Thursday in Arizona.
And immediately you can see just Texas starting it out with a little bit of confidence as they look to get it out to the wing.
Maya Angus stepping in for a challenge for Arizona State. She was spectacular in the opening game against New Mexico State, a 3-1 win on the road. Gives the Sun Devils an opportunity to step into possession for the first time in this game, potentially. We've seen different shapes throughout the preseason for Arizona State.
And it's all about just finding out what works for you as we see Hayashi on the ball here. Arizona State just looking to pick their spots here as they try to get it up towards Blundell.
Angus's ball deflected down towards the end line and out of touch for a corner kick.
Very familiar position for Arizona State last year. Among the leaders in the NCAA in corner kicks, and we got to see if they take advantage of that coming into this year.
ASU 10th in Division I a year ago in corners. Averaged about 7 a game. They had 8 in the opener on the road in Las Cruces. Emmy Ennis, one of the transfers for the Sun Devils, will take this corner as they crowd Bayless Flynn. 5 Sun Devils.
Just trying to get in front of all of 5-6 of her. Just try to shield her away from the ball here.
Scored from a corner kick in the preseason game. The service from Ennis, well rung in towards the back post. It bounces for Blundell, who gets a touch but cannot turn about. Kept by ASU. Medley lifting wide. Ennis looking to go 1v1. Emmy Ennis onto her right foot. And taking a deflection right into the feet of Ava McDonald. This is nightmare stuff for Arizona State. McDonald, one of the best transition forwards in the country, slowed well by Kettles.
And Coach Bates mentioning it in our conversation with her, just the fact that McDonald and Harrington with pace and speed to kill up top.
Amalia Villarreal, Hannah Tate, 2 of the Herman watch list players for this Texas team. Sadie Hoke And Tate switching the play. A touch for Zoe Lavezzi, who looks in towards the box. It's a really good ball, and on this stretch, Kennedy Zorn tested for the first time tonight.
And Harrington just begging for the ball for a good 2 minutes there. She finally gets it sent her way, but Zorn was up to the task as she just steps up. As you can see, good delivery here by Lavezzi. And Zorn just needs to get up there and get it, and she does.
Sun Devils play quick, almost turn it over. Now they have to build from the back. Angus stripped of it. Audrey Bryant, Villarreal. Missing challenges Marcis, Hoke, but not reach beyond, and Medley intercepts. Kiera Blundell dropping in. Emmy Ennis steps on it. Let's see how the tempo changes when ASU gets on the ball. Direct early, but in an ideal world for Graham Winkworth, he would like to keep it a little more.
Always want a little bit more of the ball here as they see it into Kettles.
Turning wide for Marcis. And further along for Ennis. Bodies in the box for Arizona State. Up it goes for Angus. Knocked away by Bryant. And it may have touched off of the head of Maya Angus last for a Texas goal kick.
Yeah, Angus just at the back post there, unable to get ahead on it as she wanted to. Nicely.
Front-footed defending.
Yeah, nicely done that time by Medley, getting her first start of the season, the freshman.
11 of those on this Arizona State roster. Second youngest team under Graham Winkworth in his 10 years in charge for ASU. It's 17 freshmen on a team 1 year. Over the top, McDonald. Good stretch by Medley. Second header. Seen by Ennis and then Marcis. Emmy Ennis again. It's a turn. Marcis looking to drive forward and find the feet of Blundell. Back for Marcis. Villarreal stuck in. Maya Madden for Arizona State keeps it.
Just looking for the quick 1-2 that time with Marcis, but ASU still on the ball here.
Spins into the feet of Blundell again. Lots of contacts. And a foul on the Canadian Kiera Blundell.
And like you mentioned, ASU just content to hold possession and just kind of see what develops in front of them early on in the contest. Texas a little bit more urgency early on.
One of the things for Arizona State to keep an eye on when they have the ball, probably Kiera Blundell trying to stay higher. That's something Graham Winkworth wants to see. Tate facilitating.
You see Hannah Tate on the ball, as you mentioned. Coach Bates mentioning that she would be the ball-playing defender in the back three of Texas. She's going to be seeing a healthy dose of the ball early on.
Plays through the middle of a much more organized Texas shape. So that ball is given away. Natalie Drotzman steps in for Arizona State. Hayashi and Lucy Fazakerly, the only returning defender on this Sun Devil roster. Madden and Ennis. No real option, so Emmy Ennis will carry herself. In a physical duel, Emmy Ennis almost won it out. Ashlyn Anderson now on it for Texas.
Going back to Fazakerly there, you want a little bit of stability in your back line. She started 17 out of her 19 appearances last year. Her first season with the Sun Devils. And looks to lead the back line here, especially when you have a freshman like Medley in there, getting in a nice challenge.
Out for a throw. First start for Amy Medley from Quebec, Montreal. Feels like there's less Canadians on this Sun Devil roster this year, even with a healthy dose. Nowhere to go for Harrington, but she finds the space to serve in, seen out by Medley. Kept by Texas. Into the space for Anderson. Ashlyn Anderson and cleared by Medley. Only as far, though, as Callan Harrington. Maya Brandon.
Just no nonsense that time from the freshman, just getting it away.
Fined by Tate. The box by Brandon. Down it goes. Anderson finding space, firing away, blocked by Fazakerly.
Just a lot of space in the middle, and you can see Fazakali trying to urge her defenders to push up.
Texas taking over a bit. Villarreal serving in. Fazakali away.
You can see her, just how animated Lucy Fazakali is early on in this game. Texas, the better of the possession of the ball, and they seem to be threatening early on.
All three central defenders, though, for Arizona State being very active. Wide it goes. Audrey Bryant again. Good combination with Maya Brandon. A sliding challenge in by Natalie Drotzman. Villarreal. She can dance with the best of them. Tries to slice in on her left foot, and maybe the Sun Devils can possess a bit here. Marcis.
And perhaps an opportunity there to get something going on the counter. Still electing to slow things down, find their rhythm, get some passes together there.
When you have two teams, Arizona State and Texas, that both like to have long spells of possession, how important is it to make those spells count? Maya Madden.
Spells only count if they can result in a good opportunity. And there you can see Maya Madden trying to get something going as they get it to Marcis.
Oh, but Marcis overhits it. Hayashi giving chase. And just unable. Maybe in a couple weeks' time for Miki Hayashi, who's still recovering from that ACL last year. They have taken their time with the Japanese central midfielder.
Got 44 minutes of action in the win over the Aggies of New Mexico State. Able to get a goal on her tally early on as well.
Well challenged by Blundell. Madden stepping on it now. Hayashi can't receive. Blundell can. He's falling. Villarreal best of the bunch.
And just bodying off Hayashi that time as well. She's been all over the field. And when talking to Coach Bates, she did mention that there was a skill that she did not have last year. And being more of a box-to-box midfielder that she's kind of come into almost naturally this season.
Good loud crowd on this opening night of home games for Sun Devil soccer. 942 crew out in force. It's Arizona State looks to kick off the academic and athletic calendar. Today was the first day of school. A challenge in the middle of the park. Madden, Hayashi. Dances to the wide areas for Angus.
No better start to the school year than get your syllabuses all signed and then come and see the Sun Devils win.
As long as you're not buying books. Angus charging down. Look at the pace from Maya Angus. Will she keep it in touch? Yes. And now works her way down the byline, but she touched it last. Is out for a Texas goal kick.
Claiming a corner kick that time, but it'll see its way to the feet of Bayless Flynn. But nicely done that time by Maya Angus. One of two players on this Sun Devil squad to have played for Canada's U17 team in the World Cup last year. They made their way to the quarterfinals.
May have to worry about a couple of those players for the U20 World Cup as well. McDonald over the top for Texas. 2v3 right now. The Longhorns still have opportunities. Did that take a deflection, or did she just miss it well wide? Harrington and Audrey Bryant again. No space but back. Maya Brandon.
Just a little bit of chaos in the box, and that's not what you want to see if you're Kennedy Zorn. Want to see your defenders maybe have a little bit more communication with the players in front of them.
Left it up for Harrington. Offside.
Offside to call that time, and luckily enough, it fell rather beautifully to the left foot of Bryant that time. She would have had a shot on goal.
That was the flag of Mackenzie Brower. Clarence Clark on the far side. He's the assistant. All serving Servando Berna in the middle. Abdullah Al-Janabi is the fourth official on the touchline. Blundell, good hold-up play, and now turns about. This looks like the old Kiera Blundell. Onto her right foot. And just lifting over, but a strong sign early for the Sun Devils if they're number 9. Looks like that.
And just like you said, that's Gil Blundell we've come to know. Holding up the ball nicely, able to hold on to it, a move onto her right foot. The shot just a little bit high, but you love to see that out of your number 9. And you got to say that stokes confidence if you're Graham Winkworth.
Hero Blundell, a goal and an assist in the opening game for the Sun Devils. Did not score in all of 2025 after a Big 12 Freshman of the Year campaign in 2024, where she had 15 goal involvements. Injuries played a big part in her struggles last year. If Arizona State has a focal point at the number 9 position up front this year, their ceiling is much higher, correct?
It is. We've seen what Blundell can do. We've seen what this Arizona State squad can do, even without Blundell last year.
Given away by Angus.
But we know that they can score goals when they come their way. It's just a matter of developing them.
Audrey Bryant into the channel for Callan Harrington. A battle with Drotzman. Lots of physical play. Harrington serving across and just about seen out by Fazakerly. Texas corner. And a Texas player on the ground in the defensive part of the pitch.
But going back to that battle with Harrington, just shoving off the defender that time, just using her physicality and able to get a nice cross in for Zachary, able to get it away as we have a corner kick for Texas.
Marguerite Bates out to check in. The physio out there as well for Texas. Long stoppage on a hot night. Folks, Sunday, Arizona State is gearing up for a brunch with the Buffalo Bulls. You can tune in for a 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time kickoff on ESPN+. That'll be the second home game for Arizona State in what is a 43-day stretch of Sun Devil soccer right here at Sun Devil Soccer Stadium.
You love to see it, and they had kind of a similar schedule last year where they kind of went a while without an away game. And you got to love it, some Sunday morning soccer. Sun in our faces, Ryan, you got to love it.
I'm sure these guys will be here for a lot of those. Sunday, 10 a.m. Tough one to get out to. It'll be hot. Sunday scaries. I'm rooting for them, though.
Yeah.
Player for Texas walked off on her own power. So these two teams got a little bit of a quick hydration break in. A nice quarter of an hour reset almost for the two coaching staffs.
Yeah, it's been a quarter of an hour that's had a lot that's happened. Texas has looked to be the more dangerous team, but we've seen Arizona State pick their spots, and we just had that opportunity from Blundell, and immediately after that, you can see Arizona State play with a little bit more swagger, a little bit more confidence.
Longhorns corner kick. Villarreal step over and take this corner kick, I'd imagine. Kennedy Cotter has entered the game for Texas. Cotter, one of those double-digit transfers for the Longhorns this year.
Transfer out of New Jersey, specifically out of Rutgers, as we'll still see play being stopped here.
We've got some kind of member from the support staff on the field. Maybe a lightning stoppage of some kind? That's speculative.
We did have a bit of a storm here in the Valley.
Oh. Everybody else was on it except for us. Somebody vomited, did a Cam Scatterboot on the field, and so we've had to stop play to clean that up.
We're all human. We got to expel sometimes.
Have you ever seen that? I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Not middle of the game. You've obviously seen it in practice a million times.
15 minutes in, hydration at a premium. Might have seen somebody cramp up. See some vomit on the field. This is a hot day, over 100 degrees at kickoff. Texas is used to it. Of course, Arizona State is used to it, but still early in the season. Something to keep an eye on as Peyton Marcis barks orders to the Sun Devil group.
Something you definitely have to just get your body accustomed to. And I mean, Texas just yesterday decided to practice at 2 in the afternoon.
It's crazy.
In Arizona. That is, for lack of a better term, crazy. But like you said, you got to get accustomed to it. A little bit different than going to the Atlantic to go play against Pitt.
It's a good win for Texas. A 1-0 victory on the road against Pittsburgh. ACC road wins are always a tricky task, and you've got a Texas team that has a chance to take 2 powerful road victories right away from its first 3 games of the season. This new Marguerite Bates era.
They will not leave the Valley after this one. They have Grand Canyon to look after in just 3 days.
GCU in action against Buffalo tonight, who Arizona State will face on Sunday. Bates taking over. It's a rough year last year for Texas. Just 4 wins, the lowest win total in the history of the program. Their first losing season since 2016. Her first task right away, at least in her own words, was setting the new standard, what she wanted to see from her group.
And it's a championship standard, and it's got to be a bit tough coming in. You know this squad just had a rough season, but immediately coming in, you get your first 2 wins under your belt, and you can start to see this team grow underneath you. You start to get your mentality, start to get your philosophies in on the team, and just watch them grow throughout the year.
Look at all those transfers. That's so many of them. It's 2 of the same team profiles, Arizona State and Texas, but all of Texas's 15 newcomers have college experience. All of Arizona State's 15 newcomers, for the most part, are freshmen.
And the 2 that come to mind for me, Maya Brandon and Ashlyn Anderson, coming from a national championship team. Granted, they may not have started every game for Florida State, but they both are coming from a championship team, and you're coming to a squad now that has a championship pedigree coach that you can learn from and learn under.
Already called Hannah Tate's name plenty of times here tonight. The Denver transfer was a midfielder for the most part with the Pios in the Summit League. She was one of the best players in that conference last year, steps up, is a Mac Herman watch list type player. Just so much talent. Graham Winkworth, it was funny, he told us they tried to talk to some of these players that ended up going to Texas, and he said not a lot of them picked up the phone, and Texas was able to bring them in, and maybe tells you the difference in where these 2 programs are at the moment.
Yeah, well, Coach Bates and Coach Winkworth not exactly strangers to each other. Obviously, Peyton Marcis having played for Bates previously before transferring on over here to Arizona State.
What's he saying here?
You have to imagine it's keep your confidence. You've seen what Arizona State can do when they do have the ball. You know, obviously holding your block, making sure that you're keeping yourself defensively sound. But when your opportunities come, you have to take them.
Long stoppage of play right now to clean up a mess on the field. Looks like Texas has made its way back onto the pitch. That'll be a fun post-game question, maybe for Graham Winkworth in the press conference. Have you ever seen that? He's been a head coach at the collegiate level for almost a quarter of a century. They're back on the pitch. Now, 10 minutes ago, it was a Texas corner kick, and that's where we will restart as Peyton Marcis sets the troops defensively for ASU.
Villarreal not taking the corner, though. It'll be Kennedy Cotter off her left foot here.
Rutgers transfer. They're going to swing one in with almost everybody inside the 6-yard box. Service to the first post, dealt with by Medley. And actually touched by Texas last.
In Arizona State here, you've had a little bit of time to collect yourself. You wanted to hold on to the ball. You wanted to keep possession and just play your game. Do you do the same now?
Wonder if that natural stoppage gives either of these coaches a chance to change something tactically as well. Into the feet of Blundell. Back for Angus. Arizona State starting in a back 3 shape to sort of match Texas's shape in this one. Sun Devils played back 4 in the opening game against New Mexico State. Could be a great ball in behind. Drotzman to Angus. 1v1 with Riggins, who's a winger by trade. Maya Angus driving into the area, serving in, and just headed away by Hannah Tate.
Yeah, Tates is not on the end of that. Blundell was right there to meet it with her head as they try to get it back in.
And it's clipping in. Marcis heading along. Scoreless start. Arizona State trying to create opportunities. And Maya Angus.
Little nutmeg that time against Alicia Riggins. Again, trying to find Blundell, and Blundell has looked to be her old self early on in this game. They immediately see the ball to her.
Here Blundell, good on the ball, but even off the ball as well. Showing well. Tate looking wide. Moving about, this is Lavezzi. And into the feet of McDonald. Villarreal hoping to join her. Ava McDonald going cross country. Whipped well into the feet of Riggins. Decent first touch for Coco Riggins, who's battling with Maya Angus. And it seems the Sun Devils, if for an inch of space, you give her a yard. Amalia Villarreal, the junior for Texas, the standout Longhorn. It's 1-0. Now Arizona State trails for the second time in as many games. They conceded late on in the first half. Teasing ball in for Blundell. Missed by Marcis. Claimed by Hayashi, shooting from distance. Conceded late in the first half against New Mexico State. Scored 40 seconds later to go into halftime 1-1. Drotzman a good challenge.
Nice to see the challenge out of Drotzman that time. Villarreal, again, what a shot. Just shows you what sometimes a single performance can do. She's able to get the ball in a little bit of space. That's all she needs. Just a little bit of space to move to her right, and is able to get the shot away.
Anderson kept it in touch. Angus got in her way. Drotzman lifting. Madden touching, but not able to slip away is Maya Madden. Can Texas push for a second here early on in their third game of the season? Lavezzi's forward pass. Emmy Ennis escapes. Kiara Blundell just can't stretch. Villarreal. Hayashi. Sun Devils looking for some kind of numbers. Blundell, Kettles.
Ball was just behind Kettles that time, and we can see Arizona State, you know, the urgency has picked up a little bit. They're trying to get up the field a little bit quicker than they normally would. And you have to imagine just conceding is going to do that to a team. Just early on, how are you going to react? Arizona State is looking to get that one back on the score sheet.
For Zachary Long testing the back line of Texas.
We've seen the wing play be good, though, from both Ennis and Angus. Both of them showing out here. Both newcomers to the Sun Devils.
Hayashi. Here is Angus. The freshman, 1v1, driving in behind Blundell. Looking for bodies in the box, maybe, is Arizona State.
I think she may have been looking for Blundell to just hold back a little bit, get a foot on the end of it.
Hayashi on her left, lofted in. Easy enough for Bayless Flynn. Senior goalkeeper for Texas, one of 3 new goalies on this roster. Flynn, a Montana transfer, was the SEC Defender of the Week in Week 1, thanks to her 2 clean sheets for Texas. Who, Adrian, somehow did not keep a clean sheet the entirety of the 2025 season. Conceding in every game and then opening this year. Rewrite the ship a little bit.
Have yourself a new back line. You have yourself a new coaching staff, and just a nice way to start out the season off 2 clean sheets.
The operative word there from Mark Bates was disciplined. They did not think it was organized enough last year, looking at the tape, and have turned this team into a much more disciplined machine so far to start this year. They could do better, though, in her mind. One by Medley, kept in touch by Ennis. Villarreal hopping on it.
no better mentality to have than, the fact that you can always be getting better after every game. She said that after the Pitt game, she wasn't necessarily enthused, but you can always get better. Early doors here in her tenure here for the Longhorns. Now that Texas has their goal on the board, they almost look a little bit more content to hold the ball. And as I say that, they get it up to the left wing.
McDonald dispossessed, but another Texas throw in the attacking third. Almost halfway through this first half. Longhorns lead thanks to Amalia Villarreal. 18th minute goal, her third of the season.
McDonald may have taken a little bit of a knock that time on that challenge. Leading returning scorer for Texas, 9 goals last year. Started 16 out of her 17 appearances.
Brandon. And Riggins, that should stay in touch for her, but Angus may get there first. Just able to do enough is Maya Angus.
I've seen a lot of physicality out of the freshman early on here in the half, as Texas again looks to threaten.
Brandon into the box. Medley up and away. Madden touching down. Dispossessed by Hoke, and now Villarreal wide for Brandon. In the box, Harrington latching on for Zachary. Just did enough. Not cleared yet. Top of the area, Sadie Hoke. Good flick by McDonald. Arizona State a little lost. Hannah Tate. Electing to keep.
Zachary trying to get it to Kettles, who was not expecting the ball there. And Hannah Tate that time just running up right on the ball to beat Blundell to it.
That's a couple of times for Ellie Kettles. Villarreal getting stuck in. And the Sun Devil throw the result. What a dimension that has been to add to her game.
She can do it on all sides of the field, switching her sides here, Villarreal, after scoring that goal. Now seeing her on the opposite end of the pitch. A lot of players warming up here for the Longhorns, none for Arizona State currently. As we might see some new additions for the Longhorns.
And it's going quickly. Blundell battling off the defensive efforts of Lavezzi. But Lavezzi battles back in her own right. You would like to see Arizona State, if you're Graham Winkworth, have the ball here a little bit more, away from your goal, closer to the attacking goal.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Coach Bates just saying the discipline on the Arizona State side has seemed to be lacking a little bit. They seem to be a little bit lost, just a little bit of awkwardness in the back line. You can't have it when you have players like Villarreal who are threatening you at any time.
Drotzman's long throw into Fazakerly, and she pushed through the back of a Texas defender. Long for McDonald in the channel. Drotzman does well off the bounce. Angus, Hayashi has to dance away from a challenge. Marcis showing for the ball. Hayashi keeping. Had no runners down the line as everybody had made their way into the middle of the pitch. Texas down the channel again. The pace of McDonald once more testing. Driven ball in, just long and wide. Looked like it was going to be perfect, though, off the foot for Callan Harrington. Just stayed in the air.
And that ball was driven nicely, just like you said, held up in the air a little bit too long, ends up being a goal kick. And you have to imagine Zorn does not like seeing the ball that high. It's kind of how the loft of the ball looked on the goal from Villarreal.
Kettles spins away. Still Ella Kettles. For Zackerly. Madden just an inch behind Ennis, who was racing forward.
That's been a bit of a common theme, just those passes, just a little bit behind your teammate. Can't consider it. A lot of new players, maybe just not clicking early on here in the season.
Home opener, some jitters. Sort of a wild card, this Arizona State team. Nobody really knew what to expect in the Big 12. A Sun Devil squad that was picked to finish 9th in the 16-team conference, right smack in the middle. Maybe Adrian more off the pedigree of what Winkworth has been able to do over the course of his 10-year Arizona State career than anything else.
Absolutely, and it's where they finished last year in the Big 12 as well, just missing out on the Big 12 tournament. But this is a conference that is so strong that coach believes that you can have potentially 7, 8, maybe even 9 teams make it into the tournament just off the pedigree of the conference alone.
Down the line for McDonald. She will be able to latch onto it. Now skipping away from the defender, Ava McDonald. What a challenge by Emmy Ennis. Amy Medley, the ball so far, but Marguerite Bates valuing what they do without the ball even more so.
Yeah, and you can see it there. You better sprint back or you sprint to the bench. And that's exactly what you want to hear out of your championship coach. And that's what you expect to see out of your championship team. And just the hustle to get back.
The standard as well, despite the 2-0 start, despite the 2 clean sheets, she feels like she needs to see more from this group. This is a great defensive effort. Harrington to the byline. Well worked by Fazakerly defensively. And now Angus. Blundell dropping in. Tees up Marcis. Tough one to deal with. And the Sun Devil captain. Hayashi. Out of space. Kettles. Centrally. Angus has it wide. Running forward is Kettles. Sun Devil throw.
Nicely done just to get rid of that by Maya Brandon. You can just sense for Texas that McDonald just has a shot on goal coming up. She's been all around the pitch, and she's had the threatening looks. Just needs to get one through.
Devils give it away. Brandon stays in for Angus. Deflects off, and I think we are going to take a hydration break. Very late for the hydration break, almost 30 minutes into the half. A 1-0 lead for Texas. Amalia Villarreal with the early goal for the Longhorns. They lead this one 1-0 in a Big 12 SEC clash.
Go Devils chant, and we have Go Devils chant Tina. She wants this to be the loudest Go Devils ever. So anyone Tina is going to yell go, you need to yell back the Devils. Are you ready, Sun Devil fans? All right, here we go. Take it away, Tina. Go! Here in 14.
Good crowd on hand to watch the opening game on the home side of the Sun Devil soccer season here on ESPN+. Texas, the early advantage. Right now, Adrian, to me, it seems like Texas has just that little bit more quality in the attacking third.
They have that little bit more quality, and like Coach Bates wants, they have that little bit more discipline in their play that has resulted in the beautiful goal by Villarreal. We've seen on the wings, we've seen their players doing amazing. It seems like McDonald's only a moment away from scoring a goal in her own right. But again, this is a Texas squad that has looked threatening since the beginning of this game. and Arizona State have had their chances. They just need to get a couple of passes together, get something cooking.
How do they get that possession to be a little bit more on their side, the Sun Devils?
Maybe they do what they were trying to do in the beginning, slowing it down, getting your passes through, looking to see what develops. They've had a little success here on the left wing with Angus, but she can only do so much 1v1. They need to find a way to get the rest of the squad involved, especially out on the right wing.
Amalia Villarreal very much looks the part for the Longhorns. This is a Texas team trying to get back to the NCAA tournament following a 4-win season in 2025. Revamped roster, revamped coaching staff on the 40 acres. And we spent all that break just to do all of our substitutions after everybody had come back on the field. As the Sun Devils work with the line swap, and the Longhorns exit stage left with Riggins.
Looks like we'll see Ava Willard come up top and replace Blundell. He started the last game, played 67 minutes, and got an assist against New Mexico State.
Blundell stayed out there. Survived this round of cuts, if you will. Ariana Brothers, no, my apologies. Addie Brink is in the game for Texas. Ariana Brothers is one of the many Longhorns out for the season. They've had such poor injury luck to begin this year as well. Willard, her first touch of the ball game. Looking to go 1v1 to the byline and cross in. She has won a corner kick for Arizona State, where the Sun Devils were so dangerous so often a year ago.
We'll see Baltadano on the end of this corner kick, and we saw her have a good freshman year campaign, including these corner kicks. She's a local product out of Basha High School, and we'll see her and her left foot on the end of this corner.
Hattie had 9 goals and assists combined last year for ASU. Looking to drive one in towards the frame. It's a good ball to the back post. Fazakerly, it's it! And it's 1-1 off a set piece, just as Arizona State would have hoped. Lucy levels the tie against Texas. They went too early on the restart. 1-1 brand new ball game, start from 0.
And a fresh squad out on the field. You get to see how, this batch of players can, develop themselves and how they react to this Texas squad who, got in a couple of substitutions in their own right and looking to get right back into it. Baltadano, after getting that immediate assist, we'll see her way here on the left wing. Blundell still up top. Willard sitting in right behind her as Blundell wins the ball.
Kettles racing toward it, looking for support. A challenge from behind by Harrington, and picking up a free kick as she lost her shoe. Maybe most notably amongst those substitutions, the left back Izzy Monk is in for Arizona State. Monk was one of the standouts for Arizona State a year ago. Graduated, but thanks to the 2022 judge ruling that allows those players to come back to college, Izzy Monk is an Arizona State Sun Devil again this year.
Just recently added to the roster as well, and right back into the thing of things. We talked to Coach Winkworth. He said, I don't really think she'll see the action, in the game, and here she is.
Willard, again by the byline, in for Blundell, dealt with well by Hoke. I think she got off the plane to Tempe yesterday, so thrown right into the fire. It's now this 5th-year senior graduate transfer, I guess. Was here last year for a strong stint with Memphis for a long time. That changes the complexion maybe for Arizona State as well. Jenna Winnie is in the game at right back. Gives them some more depth, maybe some more star power as well. With Monk back in this team, Mae Balmer is in the midfield to play next to Kettles. Zachary, the goal scorer.
Just how about that? We talked about the corner kicks and how they need to take advantage of them, and they immediately do that. And they use it in order to even things up here. Beautiful header by Fazakerly.
AK Zorn, Natalie Drotzman, Ella Kettles, ever the engine for Arizona State. Spinning beyond Hoke. Touch for Gator DeMark. One of those freshmen for Arizona State, one of the few local products on this team this year. Squad that has so much international flavor, Arizona State. It's a good ball over the top for Monk. If she can keep it in touch, yes, she can. Welcome back to college soccer. Izzy dancing through. Chance on her right foot to drive in. Villarreal latching on defensively. Harrington gets beyond Drotzman. And the Sun Devils will have to defend here. Harrington for Zachary. Launching in a challenge.
Just a beautiful challenge that time. As immediately Baltodano wins out, and then we know she has speed.
So direct is Addison Baltodano. Serving in just a little late was Blundell. Kept by ASU with Balmer. And then overhit. On the left side for Baltodano.
One of the many freshmen on this team, Mae Balmer, out of the Brighton Hove and Albion Academy in England. She got some limited playing time against the Aggies.
Hoke, McDonald, able to get away from Gator DeMarc, at least in the first time, and then the second time. Tough challenge for DeMarc, but she is inevitably, eventually, able to answer it. We'll see Izzy Monk on the ball a ton when she's on the pitch for Arizona State tonight. That's a good ball over the top for the pace of the freshman Willard. Underlapping run from Winnie. Jenna Winnie to the byline. Blundell is waiting. The ball gets through the gloves of Bayless Flynn. Balmer. Sun Devils very much on the front foot now. Willard. Again crossing in. Headed away by Texas. Top of the box, Izzy Monk. Lifting in and Bayless Flynn. Right towards her.
That last ball just gets right through the midst of Bayless Flynn. And if Baltodano continues her run on that back post, she's right there to take that. Brink's able to get it away, but unbelievable job Arizona State has done of just building their confidence right after these substitutes.
Is it the right ball, though, from Jenna Winnie with Baltodano arriving in and Blundell waiting at the penalty spot?
Was just going to mention that as well. Blundell was right there waiting for it. Just square it right back to her. She has an open shot on goal. And all of a sudden, this Arizona State squad, right out of the hydration break, you get some fresh faces in, maybe something that Texas wasn't necessarily expecting, that many substitutions early on.
We knew this would be a tactical battle between two coaches that know and respect each other well, and both pride themselves on the flexibility that their squads can present. Jenna Winnie, Ava Willard, is dropped to the ground, legally so, according to the center official. Down the line for McDonald, but out of touch. Big change for Arizona State, the two number 10s. Kettles and Madden. Kettles dropping into more of a central midfield role, and they get kind of natural wingers in more of those attacking midfield spots than center mids.
Yeah, and we have seen Kettles in the current role that she's in right now a lot more often, as that is a nasty challenge that Izzy Monk has to take. And we see the first booking of the afternoon.
Yellow card for Addie Brink.
Welcome back indeed. She's a tough one. She just, arrives late to this challenge, wins out on the ball, and it is a rough challenge from Brent. First booking of the afternoon, and not the first booking of the season. 4 bookings early on this season for the Longhorns.
This is a lot. That's top 20 in Division I for this very physical Texas team. Monk to serve it in. Not dealt with quite yet. Villarreal had the first touch. Balmer in behind. Blundell takes slipping, sliding, and clearing. Final 8 minutes for one of these two teams. Right now, it seems like Arizona State, the more likely of the two, to try and take the lead into halftime.
just got the goal, and they immediately have that swagger about them. This one is dangerous.
Great ball from Monk, touched by Texas last. You've got the big body of Blundell and Fazakerly up there. It causes so many problems.
I mean, if you want to talk about, Texas coaching staff not necessarily knowing what to expect in this first half, how about playing Izzy Monk coming right back into the squad? And she's shown very well for herself after very limited time back with the squad.
It is a smaller Texas team. MJ Witt, a very experienced defender, one of the few sizable bodies that Texas possesses, as there was a foul on Arizona State.
Fazakerly trying to get right back to the spot that she scored the goal from. Perhaps a little bit too pushy in there.
You've got Hannah Tate on the pitch. She is the tallest Longhorn out there at 5'9". Arizona State can throw out a couple of 5'11" players in any given moment. Good challenge from Ballmer. And then Kettles for Baltodano. Addison Baltodano serving shorthanded.
Possibly could have taken a couple more touches that time. Baltodano, she could have seen her way towards goal, maybe try to find Blundell.
McDonald, so good to open this match. Has hardly had a touch in the last 10 minutes. Texas has gone dormant.
And Texas, we saw them, not necessarily being patient, but, a couple extra passes before they see the ball forward. They just tried immediately to get the ball up to McDonald. A little bit of urgency to end the first half here for the Longhorns.
Monk, Blundell, too heavily hit for Baltodano. The ideas, at least on the length of Arizona State at the moment, seem to be there. Another change for Texas. Era Blundell, a couple of early moments for her. Malia Villarreal is going to come out of this game. Sadie Hoke still out there as Ava Cashman comes in, more of a defensive-minded midfielder for Texas. Down the line they look. Once again, the pace of McDonald putting Gator DeMark under pressure. Longhorns go quick. Hope splitting through Kettles, clearing off the backside of Blundell. Up in the air for somebody to win here. Baltodano. Cashman. Kettles.
A little bit of a knock here for a Longhorn player.
It's Callan Harrington. Will stumble off the pitch. Cambrien Patrick is ready to enter for Texas. It has.
Now, obviously, you don't want to see that if you're the Longhorns. Transfer coming in from Loyola Marymount just this past year, scoring 6 goals in her senior campaign for the Lions.
Monk. It's awkward for Izzy Monk, who kind of gets out of trouble. Ends up earning a throw. Blundell, Monk, and Kettles, and Kiera Blundell. Oh, just out of reach, but no, it falls nicely for Jenna Winnie. She run 1v1, Winnie. Looking for help now is DeMark showing underneath. Gator DeMark has it. Winnie offside. Very quick flag.
Winnie, just another one of the international products that Arizona State has become so accustomed to out of the Leicester City Academy from England.
Tate. Patrick.
Pressure on.
Hannah Tate has probably amassed nearly 50 touches in this first half, if I'd have to guess. Who'd that touch off last? It did touch off Texas last. Ooh, and the ball guy messed her up. It's got to be the worst feeling. Arizona State had a ball in hand, trying to play quick. About 3 minutes left in the opening 45 minutes.
She decided not to take that throw after all, decided the vibe was off. Hand it off to somebody else.
Monk able to evade pressure the first time through.
Vibes are not off with Monk. She'll end up having played a quarter of an hour here in this first half after seemingly no training time with the squad.
Willard had an assist in the opener. Crossing into the back post, Baltodano just out of reach. Izzy Monk will latch on. Izzy Monk driving into the first post. Goal kick, Texas.
It was a great idea, just a little stutter step that time from Monk. She makes a move to her right. It's a good idea. The shot near post just doesn't get the pace that she wants on it, and it ends up not being the most dangerous opportunity against Flint.
5 shots for either team. And the way this match started, where the ball was just in Arizona State's defensive half, you will have taken that if you're the Sun Devils.
And it's like you mentioned, just keep the ball on the other side. We have not seen Texas really have it in the Sun Devils territory for a long time, since the hydration break.
Willard, good pressure. Arizona State may have a chance to step up the pitch a little bit here with Flint on the ball. Tate overhit it. DeMarc won the header. Arizona State first to the ball once again. That's been a big change as well. More of the 50-50s have gone the way of the Sun Devils in this hot Arizona heat. Even though it's late at night, it does feel better than it probably is. Still hot out there. Baltodano wins the challenge fairly. 3-on-3 here. Addison Baltodano towards Blundell and just about held by Bayless Flynn.
That's as perfect as a ball as it could have been. Blundell just needs to get a touch on it.
Sun Devils win it high again. It's cleared away.
Kettle's immediately winning the ball back in a more
Willard
holding position here.
Can she get onto it? No. 1-1 as we near the end of this first half. The game flipped after a plethora of Sun Devil changes that got the Arizona State team going right after a hydration break.
Yeah, and I mean, Texas had the better of the game for the first half hour, but after that break, you get the goal immediately, and they've had the confidence, and we go into the second half with a brand new ball game.
Opportunity to chat with Graham Winkworth about those changes, I'm sure. Texas started strong. The ball was very much in their attacking third, but Arizona State dealt with it, only gave up 1 goal, and then was able to score a goal of their own off a set piece, which we saw so much of a year ago. Graham Winkworth is with us now, the Arizona State head coach in his 10th year. It was all those changes, it felt like, Coach, right before the hydration break that got your team going.
Yeah, I think we're always talking about the quality that we don't have 11 starters. We've got like 18 to 20 starters, and everyone's got to be ready for their moment whenever it is. So if you come in the 25th minute, then you're the starter from that minute, and you've got to impact. And all credit to the girls that went in. I thought they did a wonderful job.
Is there anything specific that you noticed that was different about the squad immediately after the hydration break? Not only that just led to the goal, but that led to the confidence they had afterwards.
No, we just got a lot of fresh energy, and we changed the way we attacked a little bit because we were playing in like a box midfield, and then with the likes of Willard and Baltodano, we had a little bit more pace that were threatening in the back line, and KB was playing, like I tell her, she was playing a little bit more like Kane in that last bit and less like Haaland, and I'd take either one, but they did a good job when we made the changes.
Coach, set pieces were one of the superpowers of your team last year. You get a set piece goal in this one. Excited to see that out of your group?
Yeah, very excited. It makes us 1-1 on corners, so we're still not winning this. I do well on corner kicks, and we conceded one last week, so we're back to evens again.
Graham, thank you.
Thank you.
He is the corner kick coach, for what it's worth. So that's his job. That's his line of work. 1-1 between Texas and Arizona State. Mark Bates trying to stay undefeated as the manager of Texas. The Sun Devils hoping to pick up another result against a non-conference opponent at home. Halftime on the way from Tempe in this one. It's been a long time coming for the Sun Devil team, as they have had so much success here. Texas trying to upend that, and Marguerite Bates is going to be kind enough to join us now here as we get set for the start of the second half. Coach, your team started off very strong and kind of waned as it went along. How was that conversation with them in the halftime?
Yeah, we just talked about it's a bit frustrating. I thought we started the game really well, and then unfortunately after a break we just had a couple mental lapses. I felt we were being too conservative defensively, so hopefully in the second half you'll see us be more aggressive.
Is there anything specific you saw differently from Arizona State coming out of that hydration break? Not just the goal, but afterwards.
No, I thought their mentality was great. I think they made a lot of changes and they came in with great energy. For us, though, it's about us, and we just need to do a better job of staying locked in and being more on the front foot.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Marguerite Bates, in her first year as the head coach of Texas, such a strong time as the leader of the UCLA program, won a national championship in 2022. This is going to be a Texas team that I think is going to be a team to watch over the course of this season and certainly over the next couple of years. Almost, Adrian, we spoke about this a little bit earlier as well. A good opportunity for Arizona State to get Texas before everything has fully melted in together, as this Longhorn team has so much talent.
I mean, you have to imagine this Texas team is going to come into their own over the course of the season, over the course of SEC play, as they just become a little bit more accustomed to the way that Bates wants them to play. So you get a big win over them right now, that possibly looks even better at the end of the season.
And it takes time, all the granular details that have to be threaded into a new roster. This Texas team and this Arizona State team both have 1-1 after 45 minutes. Amalia Villarreal with a great goal, a great shimmy, a great sidestep. Arizona State responded well with Lucy Fazakerly getting another goal in a Sun Devil uniform.
And it looks like they're going to keep the vibes going from the end of the first half. Baltadano and Willard both out there on the wings alongside Blundell up top.
Sun Devils will start us off in the second half. Do we have a winner in store for us between Arizona State and Texas? As the Longhorns look to get to 3-0 for the first time since 2024. Mark Bates hasn't been 3-0 since 2023. That one slips underneath, and Emmy Ennis has a chance to attack. This is Ava Willard, who's worked well to the byline, and it's just seen out defensively by Texas. Territorially, Arizona State dominated the final 10 minutes of the first half. They look to do the same here to start the second half. Given away, Ennis saw, but she got underneath it.
It was nicely done by Kalman just to win out on the ball, but Texas giving it away dangerously. And Ennis there with a nice opportunity on goal, and immediately Arizona State just keeping the confidence they had at the end of the first half. And there you can see, just gets underneath it.
You're taught to lean over that ball. She was very much leaning back. MJ Witt is into the game for Texas. She's playing as the left center back. A little bit more size, a little bit more defensive prowess in the air for Texas.
No stranger to ASU, scored the goal in their 1-1 draw last year as well.
Villarreal, much higher up the pitch now. Wanted McDonald's. Won by Angus. Baltadano turning. A 1-1 draw last year. Arizona State scored 41 seconds into the game. MJ Witt, then MJ Cox, equalized in the second half for Texas. It was the third draw in 4 prior meetings between these teams. Texas has the lone win. Medley. And Witt stepping in. Kettles looking for the overlapping run of Angus. Too far out of reach.
You have the freshman Medley showing a good account of herself here today. As you can see, Baltadano there once again, the Chandler product in her sophomore year.
Amy Medley. I thought she was bright in the first half defensively for the Sun Devils. Marcis was showing underhit ball. Villarreal cutting off. Given away. Angus challenging. Kettles collecting. Natalie Drotzman, Maya Angus, well read defensively by Texas. Ava McDonald slams in, lays it off for Ava Cashman. Searching for room was Anderson. She found it wide, and then they found Villarreal. Villarreal serving in for Zachary, seeing out. Only as far, though, as Villarreal again. More opportunities for Texas to cross in. Zorn just about high points it in front of the goal mouth.
Love to see that from Zorn. Just get something that she can get her hands on, get a little bit more confidence under her belts. He's not going to be a fan of the way that she gave up that goal in the first half, but early days for her as well, the Michigan State transfer.
Ennis down the line for Willard. Blundell arriving at the back post. There was a chance to get to Baltadano. Nobody got the ball in the end. The service a bit poor, but then given away by Texas. The Sun Devils can keep it in the attacking half. Angus, Baltadano, Brandon, throw in Arizona State.
And it's not even so much the press of Arizona State. Texas just in their back half, those passes have let them down a little bit, and it's led to Arizona State getting a couple of opportunities.
It's the same thing that Arizona State was struggling with the first 15 minutes of this match. Baltadano, no foul, wide for Angus. She's good. She can get to the end line, and she has not won a corner kick. Excellent defending by Addie Brink to touch that off Angus last.
Addie Brink operating on a yellow card, obviously needing to exercise a little bit more caution here, but doing good defensively here for the Longhorns as they look to build up out of the back again. And we talked about it in the halftime break, just looking to start it out in the back, and they have the pace up top, especially with McDonald. You have to wonder at what point do they just kind of get it up there and see what she can make happen.
A Texas team that had 53% of the ball in the opening 45 minutes. 21% of their possession was taking place right here between the center backs. They struggled to get vertical towards the tail end of that opening 45 minutes. Fazakerly, Alicia Coco Riggins, Villarreal dodges one way, then ducks the other, lifting wide. Texas looking for more service into the box. 1v1 with Angus, who did not get the first step right, but did get the second. It's another corner kick for Texas.
And we'll see what Texas can cook up here on the set piece. Obviously a smaller team compared to Arizona State. But Villarreal, we know what she can do on the deliverances.
Such a strong right foot for the junior from Michigan. Two hands in the air from Villarreal as she drives this one to the back post over everyone's head. Was looking for Cashman. It's cleared by Drotzman. And here comes Bayless Flynn, well away from her goal. Handles it calmly for McDonald.
Hesitated there for a split second as well. Not sure what she maybe considered doing as they look to get it out wide here, Texas.
Riggins running forward and laying wide. Villarreal couldn't stretch for it. It's an Arizona State team that was 1-1 at the half in its opener. The 3-1 win over New Mexico State in Las Cruces. McDonald, Texas trying to take advantage of a giveaway. They can't. It was a grind for Arizona State in that one. On the road against the CUSA opponent. Is CUSA a thing anymore?
Conference USA is most definitely a thing.
Which one? What got rid of? There was a conference that no longer exists. I know that. Yeah, moving along.
The good old days maybe of the WAC.
53rd minute. I was not thinking of the WAC, but they would have been a WAC team. Cleared well by Arizona State, and Willard. Good battle there. MJ Witt's going to win that more often than not. She's got about 6 years on Ava Willard. Witt has dealt with multiple knee injuries over the course of her Texas career, but has battled and battled and battled to stay in this program for such a long period of time. Good sliding challenge by Tate. Speaking with Mark Bates about Witt, who was sort of the odd woman out with all the transfers, all the newcomers. Sat down with her new head coach early on in preseason, did Witt, and said, hey, all the things I'm good at, you don't need. All the things that I'm bad at are things you need. How do I fit into this puzzle that is New Look Texas? And in a 1-1 game, they will potentially rely on her physicality and her leadership in a non-conference clash against Arizona State.
And if you're a coach, that's exactly what you want to see out of your team, out of your leaders. As a matter of fact, holding themselves accountable, knowing what they're good at, asking, hey, how can you use me as efficiently as possible?
Angus, seen out by Brink. ASU in that game against New Mexico State we were discussing, won 3-1, but scored both of its goals in the final 10 minutes of the match. It was close late. Villarreal in for McDonald, who has pace. Not quite enough. She may have actually kept that in. It's out for a goal kick, though. Look at this burst.
It's a posture situation where, like you mentioned, just be right there to poach it.
Yeah, that was that halftime highlight. We went to break. I was like, that looked out there. I was not talking. Amalia Villarreal shot. Kennedy Zorn was helpless on that opening goal from Texas. Long throw for Drotzman. She's able to put it into the box and get it back and serve it in. And Villarreal heading away. Marcis knocking back in. Angus touching down. And Brink lifting away. Only as far as Drotzman. Back is. Angus driving low. It just gathered again by Bayless Flynn. One-handed slide by the goalkeeper for Texas.
Just nicely done that time by right there was Blundell if she couldn't get onto it. Again, it's just a beautiful, maybe claim for a foul that time from Texas. They do not get it here.
Sun Devils on it. Marcis receiving under pressure, given away. Villarreal. Kettles challenging. Amalia Villarreal. She's got McDonald. She rewards McDonald. Ava, one-on-one with McDonald. Well wide in the end.
We take a look on the other side here. Bayless Flynn just doing enough. You can see here Angus does well to beat her marker wide. Beautiful ball, and right there is Blundell. Flynn is not able to claim that. Just nicely done by the...
Are you surprised at all with the 1v1 ability that Maya Angus possesses? She came in, we thought she might be a center back.
Well, no, she has the pace, and, she's a bit taller, obviously, so you think that would slot in nicely in the center back position, but she has fared well out on the wing. She has the pace, and on the set pieces, she could be useful.
Baltodano with numbers in the box for the Sun Devils. Addison Baltodano wins another corner kick for Arizona State. Willard was waiting. Ennis was there. Blundell was looking to pounce. And again, it's the Sun Devils on the break.
Just utilizing their pace, just getting it out wide, just trying to make something happen, winning yourself a corner.
Emmy Ennis will take. To drive one up there and back. Blundell awaiting for it. It bounces about. The offside flag had come up off the header from Blundell to the second player, but the center official waves that one down as Texas had the ball anyway. Keep play going. About a half an hour left in this one. 1-1, 2 first half goals. Arizona State from a corner kick. Texas through their talisman, Amalia Villarreal.
And man, Blundell getting that ball to her head with no one around her. She tried to go near post, but if you could find a way to just edge that towards the far post, try to make something happen on that.
McDonald touching down. Running against Ella Kettles, who put in a good challenge. Ball to Dono. Can Arizona State get numbers forward again? Marcis running in late. It's a switch of play for Willard. MJ Witt dealing with it. Ennis. Peyton Marcis, the captain, who played for Mark Bates at UCLA. At her first couple of years in college there. In from Ennis. It flips all the way through for Angus, who wasn't really aware. And then Willard can't win the header. Riggins, Villarreal. Marcis was lost. As Ashlyn Anderson can turn forward, but really no runners for Texas. Now Kettles missed the challenge, and Sadie Hope can stretch. The ball out of reach for McDonald. Angus may have time to collect, and she does.
Sadie Hoke may have picked up a bit of a knock that time, going to ground very briefly, but Arizona State going to look to build up out of the back here. And we have very rarely seen them exercise too much patience the moment they get the ball, especially here in the second half, as they try to get the ball immediately up to Blundell.
That's well done, though. Blundell and Willard, the freshman from Colorado. Oh, and Blundell was running more centrally. Now Arizona State can press there, though. Oh, and it goes off Willard last. Pair of changes for Texas. And Sadie Hoke is going to come out. Ava McDonald is going to come out. Callan Harrington is in.
Just look at Maya Madden just sprinting onto the field, just eager to get after it. Again, another one of the international products that Arizona State has. Slovenian international as well.
Ashley Moody is in as well for Texas. First Slovenian I can recall in my, at this point, what, 5 or 6 years around this Arizona State program. Graham Winkworth has touched every corner of the globe to find players. There's a challenge in the middle of the park. Kettles wins a free kick. This year for ASU, 9 nations represented across the roster.
Gotta love it. Find your talent wherever you can, and just gotta build this team to gel as a unit, and over the course of the year, if they can make it happen, why not?
Ennis lofting in, too far away for Blundell. The 5'6" Flynn able to reach out and grab it. First time we've gotten to see this back three for Arizona State. They went with a back four against New Mexico State. The wingbacks of Ennis and Angus have seemed right at home in that shape.
They have, and especially Angus out on the left-hand side, just the pace that she has and the physicality that she has, able to beat out her defenders at, you know, such a young age, just a freshman, and able to step right into the thick of things. It was also nice to see Izzy Monk for a quarter of an hour in the first half, and, you know, she's not had too much time back with the team, but made a good account of herself.
Good hold-up play by Harrington. Beautiful find for the substitute, Moody. It sprays around in the box and is just seen out by Drotzman. That was almost the moment for Texas, as Harrington did a spectacular job of shielding away, and Ashley Moody almost had her moment.
She nearly did, and it's just a beautiful ball that time by Harrington, and just a beautiful save. It's forcing out of Zorn off of her legs, and then ASU able to clear the danger.
Sun Devils had it, then lost it. And further forward goes Texas. Harrington touching into the box. Angus got there. Harrington inward. Fazakerly away. Another change for Texas. 64th minute. Ambry Patrick is in, replaces Maya Brandon.
Regular on this Texas squad last year, featuring in 12 contests, 55 minutes in the win against Pitt.
One of a couple left over from the previous era of Texas. SID at Arizona State, Chris Brown. No, not that one. And he was at Texas before this. He was going through the roster with us going, she was here, she was here, she was here. Yeah, that's probably about it. There's only a couple. We love Chris.
Well, we went over that big list of transfers that they were able to bring in here with the addition of Coach Bates, and just able to bring in a lot of talent.
Cashman. And Villarreal has space to turn, space to set. A chance for Texas. It was probably the freest of the game as Kennedy Zorn denied the opportunity. Was that Harrington? It was.
Just looked cool as ever that time, Zorn. It looked to be a pretty threatening opportunity and just saw it right into her mitts. Nicely handled.
Kettles. Plenty of space for Amy Medley. Again, Blundell dropping deeper. Able to drag Cashman with her. Combining with Ennis. Further forward. Ennis wasn't able to connect with Willard. Villarreal. Spins free of Madden. Lays along for Moody. Drotzman stepping in.
Looks like we have a pair of Sun Devils getting ready to come on in the next dead ball.
Have seen Texas regain some of the footing in this match. Right now out there for Arizona State in the midfield, Willard, Madden, Marcis, Kettles. A third change is ready to enter for Arizona State. It looks like it's Gator DeMarc, as Zorn will take it at her feet. Willard on the wrong page. It'll work out, though, for Ennis. And Emmy Ennis can drive through the center of the park. Underhit pass. Good challenge by Cashman.
Cashman just giving her some issues that time as, again, Texas looks to build out of the back. Content to just hold possession, just keep their cool as they look for something to develop in front of them.
Cashman laid along for Villarreal through Harrington. And Villarreal a chance to chase. And she comes through the backside of a Sun Devil. Ella Kettles on the ground wins the free kick.
You just take a look here. You can see Villarreal not shy on the physicality that time with Kettles. You have to imagine a little bit of frustration starting to creep in, maybe for both squads.
Good footwork here from Angus. And now Marcis. And if the Sun Devils can switch the play, and they do, Ennis has room to roam with runners in the box for Arizona State. Emmy Ennis with her left foot just wide of the first post. And maybe that was Arizona State's chance to jump out in front in this one.
The senior with a beautiful move to her left-hand side, has it off her left foot, and it just creeps a bit too far to the right. Was giving Flynn all kinds of problems. She's able to beat her defender, and again, great opportunity that time to put herself in an open space like that.
Whole host of changes for the Sun Devils as Ennis exits. Jana Winnie comes in, Mickey Hayashi comes in, Sierra Bergen has entered the match for the first time. The leading returning scorer from last year's Sun Devil team, who has had to be relegated to the bench with the return of Blundell to full fitness. But she chases. And then Winnie. And Izzy Monk is back in, as well as Skater DeMarc. who is thrown into action here for the header. Cashman, Villarreal, wants it on her right foot. Lifting wide it goes. Chance to cross in. Dangerous ball seen out by DeMarc's head. Still an opportunity for Texas. Blocked by Winnie. And now Bergen fighting for the ball. Last touched by Sierra Bergen. A throw in for Texas, who will make 2 changes of their own.
It's a nice job that time from DeMarc. Dangerous ball in through the middle. The freshman, also a Phoenix local and also a Del Sol Academy product.
Lavezzi back in. A battle for the ball. DeMarc able to just do enough. 20 minutes left.
One of 14 siblings, Gator DeMarc.
It's far too many. But it's got to be fun.
That is a big family, and you have to imagine all 13 of those siblings rooting on Gator here in her first home contest of the year.
Down the line for Villarreal. Villarreal running on Hayashi, serving in finally. And perhaps too close to the first post was Cambry Patrick in an interesting spot. We're taking a hydration break. Another look at this opportunity for Texas.
Yeah, just a good ball that time from Villarreal right at the near post. And as you mentioned, right there is Cambry Patrick, just unable to get her foot down on the ball. She gets that, just down. She might be able to give Zorn some trouble.
Still 1-1. Anybody's match right now in Tempe. Texas and Arizona State in week.
With Moody, and does well that time. They're claiming for a foul, and eventually she ends up getting taken down from behind, and a foul is rightly called. It's immediately ASU looking to threaten.
Up goes Villarreal. Villarreal cutting off. Blundell winning it back. Marcis. Mark. Do we get a winner in this match right now? 1-1 with 18 minutes left. Who does it matter for more to get the win? Texas on the road or Arizona State against a big-time SEC program?
You have to imagine it's ASU, especially considering how good Texas might be later in the season.
DeMarc missed it. McDonald drove in and still may have a chance. Ava McDonald teeing up right for KK Zorn. Through all that, Kiara Blundell was a little hobbled on this challenge. It wasn't really a challenge, but she just got wrong-footed with Villarreal.
You hope just cramping up a little bit early days. Oh, maybe her ankle. She kind of rolls on it towards the end there. You obviously hoping for the best. She's continuing on as a nice run being made by Bergen.
Sierra Bergen, does he have the legs? No. Too close to Flynn. Good idea, though, from DeMarc. All the Sun Devil center backs we've seen, the 4 of them have something about them, it feels like. 2 of which are freshmen. Fazackerly, the senior, and then Drotzman, who they're hoping to have for a couple of years, even though she is a senior. The transfer from San Francisco. Out of touch, Texas throw.
And that first 20 minutes or so seemed to be a bit rocky, but ever since then, it seems to have cooled off a little bit, and the back line has seemed a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more sure of themselves.
Monk clearing. How about the opportunities for Izzy Monk? She'll play nearly 30 minutes, maybe more. Got off the plane yesterday. Down to the end line. Out of touch, another Texas throw in.
Will be MJ Witt taking the throw here for the Longhorns.
Witt has the long throw. Do Texas have the numbers to take advantage? Kennedy Cotter is in there, and it will not get past the first defender. Maya Madden on it for Arizona State. Sierra Bergen is running here now, and Sierra Bergen has support to her right. Here comes Jenna Winnie racing with Tate, and Bayless Flynn once again eager off the line to get there first.
In her limited time here in the second half.
And with what Kiera Blundell has given Arizona State today, and when she was fit in 2024, they will be overly cautious with their number 9. Villarreal winning high. Cashman ran into a couple of bodies, winning one of them. Patrick, Villarreal has space, serving in, heading away was Drotzman. Cashman, Madden fighting, Bergen, Madden, Willard's running, so is Bergen, she's on the ball. Sierra Bergen will go for goal and test Bayless Flynn off the bounce.
Beautifully worked that time between Bergen and Madden. Nice little flick from Bergen to get it off to the Slovenian freshman, and then she ends up taking a shot off her left foot, just trying to get something to give Flynn to worry about. Ends up not being the case.
Camry Patrick. Again, it's been 1,800 days since Arizona State had a non-conference home defeat. It was against an SEC opponent, which the Sun Devils have struggled against. Bergen putting Texas under pressure. Willard spinning, Bergen collecting, turning, in space, Hannah Tate. Defensively spectacular from Hannah Tate, the Denver transfer, as they come together inside the 6. And Bergen did about all she could there.
And it's a beautiful spin that time. Willard with a nice ball in, the spin. It's that last touch that lets her down just a little bit, trying to muscle her way forward, almost through Hannah Tate in the end there.
One of those new Longhorns that has stepped in as a leader, Tate, Sierra Bergen, in her second year at Arizona State.
No stranger to SEC soccer as well, former Mississippi State player Sierra Bergen.
I wonder what the lifestyle change is, going from Starkville to Tempe.
Less cowbell, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they're both college towns, I guess. Turning out of touch was Moody. Sun Devil throw in, Sun Devil change. Medley going to come back in for DeMarc. I'd imagine, barring injuries or cautions, we don't see too many changes. Oh, but Medley mishit it, as Willard was trying to run toward it on the touchline.
Nice little spark that Bergen has been able to bring to the Sun Devils in her time here in the second half, as Callan Harrington looks to bring it up the wing.
Harrington running at Medley. Here on her right foot, in for McDonald, out by the...
Drotzman just clearing the danger, no nonsense that time.
And Drotzman again. Tate lets it bounce 3, 4, 5 times. Don't teach you to do that, but she calmly collects and keeps it for Texas. Misplaced pass. Sun Devils could press and try and pounce. Madden comes sliding into the body of Tate. That's a yellow card for the Slovenian.
And it is a rash challenge. Not sure how much he got of Tate, but nonetheless, the challenge in and of itself, dangerous enough to warrant a yellow card.
It's an awkward one because she was not necessarily late on the challenge, but with the little move by Tate, she ended up being late into the challenge.
And very last second, it looks like she might have just gotten, oh no, she catches her right there.
I thought it was a strong yellow, if anything. It's a couple of minutes for Hannah Tate to deal with. Long for McDonald. Could she get onto the end of this one? The Texas forward touched it last. Goal kick, Arizona State. A little bit of a crowd exit right now as the air slowly getting taken out of this one. So much time left, 11 minutes or so, as Addison Baltodano has come back in for Madden. So it's two wingers on for the Sun Devils, with Marcis and Kettles in behind underneath them, and Bergen up front. Oh, misplaced pass by Drotzman. Jenna Winnie cannot stretch for it. A mistake defensively in the buildup. Good turn by Harrington. They have not been able to find Villarreal as much in the last 45 minutes, Texas. Monk stepping in, got there first, won a free kick as well.
Saying Kennedy Cotter, just a little trip up at the end there. Now a little bit of a talking to here with Drotzman and McDonald's. Little chippy to get into the final 10 minutes of this one.
And then they play too fast. The dreaded, I'm still talking to a player, you can't play yet. Over the top, look at all this space for Baltodano, who could get to the end line and cross in. No runners at the back post, though. Winnie kept it in touch. How'd that stay in? Winnie serving poorly.
Yeah, I think she saw Flynn maybe coming off her line a little bit, but just tried to get it towards the near post that time. Did not work.
This is a good ball from Baltodano.
Almost looked like it skimmed the top of the post that time, but able to find its way all the way over to Winnie.
It's got a lot of spin on it to stay in there. And then the second serve, it's just not good enough. And it's in for Winnie. Final 10 minutes.
And again, this is where we saw Arizona State get those 2 goals against the Aggies. So interesting to see the personnel that they've gone with here, including Baltodano out in the left wing. Maybe a little bit more of a spark from her in the latter stages.
Villarreal, Drotzman just got in front and then picks out Monk. Finding Baltodano. Do we see Kiera Blundell re-enter into this match for Arizona State? Zackerly away. Should be kept in by Monk. Actually struggled to keep it in, then got blocked, and then got fouled. Clear as day. Forward it goes, McDonald. Ennis down the line. Bergen, or rather Willard. She just kept it in touch, waiting for numbers to arrive for Arizona State. Ava Willard on the reach out. She did not win that battle. And Texas and Cambry Patrick did. And Ava McDonald just missed the touch. Zackerly able to get on it. Kettles turning. Feet of Monk. Well, that's a bad ball from Ella Kettles. And Callan Harrington had it. Sent it long. Zackerly did a great job. Marcis. Willard. Willard has Ennis wide. Rewards Emmy Ennis the transfer. So much space for Emmy Ennis to cross in. She went for goal herself.
She tried to catch Flynn that time cheating a little bit. You imagine that ball is going to be a little bit of a cross, but that time she tries to go near post, just not accurate on the shot that time.
Is that a scuffed cross or is it a shot in your mind?
She looked to I believe it was a shot. She saw Flynn kind of moving a little bit more towards her right, tried to beat her near post. But again, just nicely done by Ennis to make that opportunity happen. You have to take advantage, get something either on goal or onto a teammate's foot.
Kiera Blundell is back in for Sierra Bergen. Sun Devils are full strength to finish off this match with 7 minutes left. Wide it goes for Villarreal. Already has a goal in this game. Amalia Villarreal to the end line. It stays through and just dealt with by Medley. How did nobody get a touch on that till the end of the 6-yard box?
Nobody was around that time for Texas. It looks mighty dangerous, but right towards the end, just no one is there. You can see Harrington moves a bit back, and ultimately everyone's away. And right towards the end that time, Medley's able to clear the danger. Drotzman
down for Arizona State. Gator DeMark is going to come back in for the Sun Devils. Referee crew is waving Texas back onto the field. The Longhorns were trying to go get hydration and get a conversation in. Do you think the whole DeMark family is here tonight for her collegiate debut in front of everybody?
We mentioned it's quite a big family, the DeMark family.
She played in the first game, but this is her home opener. Back in to maybe finish off the match. MJ Witt will have a long throw with 6.5 minutes left in a 1-1 match. It does not beat the first defender, Blundell, who launches long for Willard. Well defended by Hannah Tate. Flynn. Lavezzi. For Zachary, good touch. And Kettles. Long for Baltadano. Contact by the touchline. A free kick or a throw-in?
Free kick. Looks like they're going to charge Ella Kettles with the foul that time. Brandon going to ground.
That Ella's first. Now somehow it is.
Will not be her last foul of the season. Very physical, Miss Kettles.
Given away by Texas. Goal in the 18th minute by the Longhorns, Amalia Villarreal, and in the 30th minute by the Sun Devils, Lucy Fazakerly. And here comes Callan Harrington just over the bar.
Yeah, again, ASU, their back line kind of reverting to how it was in the beginning of that first half, just giving away too many balls in their own half. And that time, Harrington.
Oh, DeMark misplaces a pass.
Just unable to get that shot on target. And again, ASU with another misplaced pass.
A fight to the finish for these two clubs. Harrington, back to goal. Fazakerly pushed her too much.
Yeah, I think she won the ball, but I think it's that last little push that kind of got the foul. Harrington going to ground. A little bit of a push, perhaps. And the former ECU Pirates credited with the foul that time.
Villarreal will stand over this one with almost everybody forward for Texas. Amalia Villarreal to the back post, back in by the Longhorns, away by Marcis. Set piece defense for the Sun Devils. If this stays in touch, they can counter. Battling for room, and a fair challenge will play on.
Was a fair challenge. You had Willard streaking down the right-hand side. Was always going to be difficult to get it to that side, though.
Villarreal wants her right foot, gets to her left, strikes in off the head of Fazakerly. At least it looked like the head. Texas wants a handball. Willard, head down. MJ Witt defending and sees it out for a Sun Devil throw. Another look at this one.
Seemed like it might have gone off the back of Fazakerly's head. It's what it seemed like in real time, and that's exactly what it was.
Though I can see why from their angle, her arm is out, but it definitely strikes her head.
I think the Texas contingent is just thinking, who would do that? Who would just put their face in the way of the ball like that?
A burnt orange bias, if you will.
We bring in a pretty nice crowd here to Tempe, Arizona.
Throw in for Drodsman, who's come back into the match probably just for this throw. She launches high, Fazakerly fighting, Fazakerly winning, and stepping over. Lucy Fazakerly crossed in, blocked well by Texas. And a battle for the ball. Kettles had to win it and does. And Ellie Kettles racing forward, steps over, beats McDonald, Marcis, under hit past Villarreal. Now on it, now clearing. It struck the side of Cashman.
Trying to find Baltadano there on the right wing, who will now make her way on over to the left-hand side. Last 3 minutes of this one as both squads trying to find something to get themselves back on the score sheet. That might have gone off Texas, but it's going to be a throw-in for them.
Longhorns will keep it. Under 3 minutes to go. Matchup between the Big 12 and the SEC. Texas off to a 2-0 start with wins over Pittsburgh and Houston Christian. Arizona State is 1-0 thanks to a win over New Mexico State. Kiera Blundell is down on the ground. Hannah Tate is too. Villarreal taking advantage of the space. Shifting the ball out wide to Cambry Patrick, who crosses to the back post for McDonald. Could not get her full foot on it.
Blundell still down over on the opposite end of the field. She got the brunt end of this one. Ooh, elbow to face, not intentional, but nonetheless, a very, very hard way to go down, and she's still trying to collect herself.
Clock still ticking. Under 2 minutes. Misplaced pass by Zorn. Villarreal can't spin free. There's contact as Kettles comes in late and gives Texas a free kick.
Yeah, she does come in late that time, just kind of clips her opposition that time. Rolls up her sleeves and decides to get back into the thick of things.
Longhorns have a free kick, and Villarreal will stand over it. You can shoot from this distance, more than likely though a ball into the box for someone's head.
I mean, Kennedy Zorn not the tallest, but you have to imagine she'd be able to make her way to anything that's a bit looping from this distance.
And the clock didn't stop, so Texas took their sweet time. Villarreal chipping in, Zorn claims it. Let's see what the Sun Devils do with it. They will go quickly as Zorn misplaces the punt. Willard running on. It bounces for Tate, who turns the other direction. 30 seconds left. Medley got to the ball first. Ennis just slipped away. Emmy Ennis running forward, and she has hit the turf. Lots of contact. Free kick Arizona State with 15 seconds left. They have to go.
I think it wasn't going to be a foul until Patrick decided to kind of hop on top of her at the end there, and we might be coming towards the end here.
And that will stop the play. We'll see what they do here, because Callan Harrington got in front of the ball to block the shot and has been given a yellow card. The clock has expired, but she blocked the shot before the clock hit 0. So Arizona State is going to have a free dead ball with nothing on the clock. Well, they'll put 8 seconds back. Okay, that makes it a little more exciting.
Getting everybody up top now. If it was going to be a dead ball, I figured why not get Zorn up there, but 8 seconds left to go here.
A yellow card given to Callan Harrington for that block. Emmy.
Same results as last year. This one seemed to have a little bit more exciting action than last year. Obviously, 40 seconds in, Arizona State getting the goal last year. Today, they had to overcome the adversity on what looked to be a very, very strong Texas squad to get this draw.
Texas come all this way, and they take an early lead. Arizona State through a set piece.